And then there's miking people up, which is hilarious. Okay, so Dr. Laura, who knows who Dr. Laura is? Wrote like books on relationships, and she's a radio host, and she's a big deal. And she says to our audio guy, I don't want to touch the mic, go ahead and mic me up. Takes her jacket off, has a white see-through tank top and no bra. I was like this. Next to her, I saw all of Dr. Laura. The Rock came on our show, and they were like, can we mic you? And he just went like this to his shirt. And I was like, I can't concentrate now. I can't. Norm Macdonald, he's a comedian on SNL that is unfortunately no longer with us. I thought he was going to be so funny and great, and he took an actual phone call on Good Things Utah. His phone rang during the interview, took it, and it was about golf for the weekend. I thought it was his shtick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought it was like, it's going to be like, it's comedian acting. He's going to suddenly be like, da. No, he literally was planning golf for the weekend. I said 3 times, can you do that later? And he's like, I'm sorry, I'm on the phone. Sorry, we're on the air. It was awful. My producer in my ear was going, make it stop. I was like, I don't know how to make it stop. I don't know what to do. Oh my gosh, I still remember this one. There was a chef in the kitchen that our audio guy came over and said, can I mic you up? And he goes, I'd like you to just go right through my fly and right up. So no, dude, no, I'm not putting the mic right there. And he was dead serious. He's like, I just unzipped it. No, zip it back up. Back up. Steve-O from That's Show came on the show and was nice enough. We had to tell him to put Band-Aids on all the swear words tattooed on all his hands. And he did it. He's actually one of the nicest people I've ever interviewed. But had to, like, we ran out of Band-Aids because he had to put them all over all the swear words on his hands and his arms. He had to wear a long sleeve shirt the next time he was on. So, no swearing on morning TV in Utah, and we mean it. All right, my next tip is be positive because happiness is a choice. This is about faking it till you make it, and studies back that up. So it has nothing to do with being fake. Smiling spurs a chemical reaction in the brain, releases dopamine and serotonin, which then lowers stress and anxiety, which we need. So smiling tricks your brain into believing you're happy, which then spurs actual feelings of happiness. Everyone smile right now. Right now. You're on morning TV in Utah. Go. Good teeth, y'all. Totally good teeth. See, it makes you laugh, because it does. You're like, okay, fine, Misha. It does, it tricks your brain into feeling like you're happy. People always say to me, how are you so happy every morning on TV? I could never do it. Well, believe me, there are a lot of days I'm not feeling it. I'm not. The days when your teenage daughter backs into your garage door twice in 1 week and you say the word you're not supposed to say on TV. And she's never let me forget that that's the word I used after her second time backing into the garage. Or the days that your dad is diagnosed with a brain tumor and you go on TV the next day. Or the days that you talk about getting divorced after being married 24 years. My happiness is a choice. So many days more than a feeling. It's a choice. And that's okay. I'm not saying y'all don't have bad days, because you do and you will. I'm just saying when you can choose positivity, choose kindness, and choose to be around people who inspire you. It's a choice. My next tip. You can balance work and family and school, but only for seconds at a time. Y'all, it's hard to do it all. I mean, and if people tell you they are, they're not. The number one question I get asked is, how do you do it? And I say I don't. When it happens, I'm just as shocked as everybody else. When I'm at work, I'm thinking about what I should have done at home. When I'm at school, I'm thinking about what I need to do at work, what I need to do next. When I'm with my kids, what did I not do at work that day? It's hard. Talk show host Kelly Ripa has famously said, just support each other. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to admit you're overwhelmed. Everybody is. I went up to Sundance. It's been so fun. I've got to cover the Sundance Film Festival several times, and it's always like shocking to see celebrities up close because they're not what you think, right? Like Lindsay Lohan is this big, like, and she was on stage, and I remember thinking she's not what I thought. like it's, Brooke Burke hosted Dancing with the Stars when I interviewed her. She's absolutely gorgeous. She was up at Sundance, and I said to her, how do you balance work and family? How do you do it all? And she said, quote, I don't do it all. I do the best I can. Your best is enough. I love that. Celebrate what you are accomplishing right now, not what you aren't. Look at how far you've come, not how far you have to go. Do the best you can. Okay, this is a funny one. It doesn't matter, my next tip. Doesn't matter where you're from, you have an accent. I don't care. My Box Elder friends, my Delta friends, my Spanish Fork, American Fork, you all have an accent. So who knew people from Orem had an accent? We talk funny, I call it Utonics. Like we speak Utonics in this state. And we think it's the only way to say things, so we're like, it's not me, it's you. Well, I found out a lot of these on the air that I was saying in a Utonic way that are ridiculous. So I'm gonna quiz all of you right now. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay? This is something like if you took a walk around of campus. That's this word. Is it a tour or a tour?
Tour.
Y'all, it's tour. You don't take a tour. A lot of Utahns in this room. A lot of Utahns. Okay. Is it a tarantula or a tarantula?
Tarantula.
Who's from Orem? Raise your hand. Why the heck did someone teach us triantula? Where was the Y? I said it on the air. I was like, that spider's big, it's a triantula. And the other co-host was like, where's the Y in that word? I don't know. So I called my mom, and I was like, what's the big hairy spider? And she said a triantula. I go, oh, see what you did to me. Okay, caramel or caramel?
Caramel. What? Caramel. It's not caramel.
I mean, I feel like that's a tomato, right? That's a tomato. Utahns love caramel. Like, we don't say, every other state they say caramel. We go caramel.
Caramel.
I like the caramel.
Caramel.
Okay, what about this one? And this is my friend from Utah County that said this on the air all the time. Especially or especially?
Especially.
I hate especially. I don't know what. She said that all the time and it was the same. I was like, why are you putting an X in that word? I especially love this. I go, no, you especially love it. Okay, this one's gonna be really hard. Try to put your thinking caps on. Mountain or mountain? Why do we do that? Peyton, Mountain, Layton, right? You know you're from Utah if.
You dropped the T.
Last one. Is it a boutique or a boutique?
Boutique.
Okay, Utahns, again, it is not a boutique. It is a boutique. That one reminds me of the tour. I'm going on a tour of a boutique. So you'll like this one. My co-host just recently, and this was in the teleprompter, she had to read, coming up next, after this interview, she said, coming up next, the harmful effects of underage cannabis use. We'll be right back. Instead, she said, coming up next, the effects of underage cannibalism. When we come back. Stop it with your underage cannibalism, y'all. Stop it. We gotta talk about it on TV.
Do that.
She did not even know she said it. Didn't even know. And the commercial, we all start laughing. She's like, what? What did I say? I'm like, do you often say cannibalism? It rolls off your tongue? So I like to say, be you, just enunciate. Just enunciate. Another one that I hate is you're gonna wanna. You're gonna wanna watch the show next. What? What are you slurring over there? And again, no swearing. No swearing.
Tooele or
Okay.
Tooele? It's Tooele. Exactly.
The next tip is take a chance with your life and make a change. These are lyrics from one of my favorite Kelly Clarkson songs. It's called Breakaway. And she says, I gotta take a risk, take a chance, make a change, and break away. I'm not gonna break away. So this is hard for me. I don't like change. I don't know how many of you do. I know I should embrace it, but I get comfy. We get comfy every day on the show, though. I meet people who don't get comfy. They don't let themselves settle, and they push for more. In fact, there are more guests on Shark Tank from Utah than any other state in the nation. There's a reason for that. We're entrepreneurial. We do take risks. We do make changes. So a couple businesses and entrepreneurs who have been on the show that I'm impressed by, Pizzeria Limone came on Good Things when they had one location. Cafe Rio, remember when they started in St. George? One little spot, moved to Provo, look at them now. Habit Burger had one location when they first came on Good Things Utah. Mission Belt started on Good Things Utah with an idea. The Salsa Queen was only in a farmer's market, and now she's in all the grocery stores. It's okay to start small, as long as you dream big. Abby Huntsman was an intern on Good Things Utah. Then she sat down on The View and was a co-host. So Oprah's coach, her life coach, Martha Beck, says, getting to your destination might have some difficult patches, but the choice of destination should be based on joy. If the destination isn't right for you and it's not about joy, you ultimately won't get there. You won't make it. I had a dream of being on national TV. We're to the moment I went viral. Okay, so this is back to my reporting days when I'm low. I'm a low thing. And you'll see, like I had my blonde bob and my coat. And I'm doing a story on an armed robbery that happened in center field, like the middle of Utah. And this orange, fat cat follows me the entire time, like just is on my heels. Like I'm like, let's get video of the house, no one's at the door, I'm knocking, let's get video, I'm walking with a cat. I don't know its agenda, I don't know what it wants. But I think you'll see what it wants in this video. Okay, ready?
Yes.
Who's into my hair? Thank you. I love when my lips do that. To center, build. I want to say Bill. Said it too many times. 3, 2, 1. Deputy say, jumped me. The cat jumped me on TV. Jumped me, dude. So, it goes on Leno. Who remembers Jay Leno? I made it on national TV. So he says, you know, here's his setup to that video. There's a reporter from Salt Lake trying to do her job. And then it was on Funniest Home Videos too. America's Funniest Home Videos. Finally made it. I did it with the cat, with the orange cat video. I made it on national TV. Thank you so much. I'm so proud. I'm oh so proud of that moment. Okay, so I want to show you how far I've come since then. Our show just celebrated 20 years on television. When I did that, and I was reporting, and I was thinking I'll never make it, and I had all those voices in my ears of too many blondes on TV, you won't last a month. 20 years of Good Things Utah, and a show that it was an idea. No one was doing infotainment, and we did it and celebrated last October. So I want to show you from that to this is how far I've come. More cat. Everyone needs more cat.
Okay, so when we sat here, the studio did not look like this. I mean, if you watch the show from the beginning, we had like the earthy tones, right? Back in 2002. It was so different, right? It was rich. Yeah. It was dark and rich. And we did not know what this would become. We had no idea. First lifestyle show in Utah. Would it last a week? Would it last a year? Here we are 20 years later. So I remember I had Natalie, she was 6 weeks old. I came back to start the show. Reagan got pregnant. Did Angie get pregnant first or Reagan? Now I'm forgetting. Reagan, I know, was pregnant in this photo. One of our very first Good Things Utah, look at us, we're this team, we're making it work. I think this was year 2. She's hiding behind Angie. Her baby no, she had her baby 6 days later.
Oh, no way.
She was very pregnant.
How happy do you think she was about that photo?
She's like, are we really doing a promo while I'm almost
Photo
going to
shoot
give
when I'm
birth?
about to give birth.
That's so
But
funny.
since then, we've had the opportunity to meet so many amazing people, including Patrick Dempsey.
This looks amazing.
We raced him at Larry Miller Motorsports Park years ago, and I remember Enchanted was about to come out. He says, there's this little movie I just did that you'll want to take your kids to. You might like it. And it came out a month later.
Was he
It
nice?
a huge hit. So nice. So
Well,
nice.
GTU continues to attract the star power, right? And here's another one. Speaking of Reagan, who was pregnant,
Yeah, oh,
right?
sure.
This one?
Guess who that is, right?
Hootie and the Blowfish.
Hootie and the Blowfish.
Yes! No, wait, but right here. What year is this?
Okay, this has to be like, I mean, they broke up 3 months later. I don't know if our show did it. They're like, that's it.
You know, they couldn't top it.
Madison Square Garden to Good Things Utah, and then they broke up.
Lisa, I want to ask you, I know we're out of time, but really quick, I need to ask you, how are you feeling with all this right now? Like, how, you've been here from the beginning, George has been here from the beginning, we want to hear.
To my word is today, and I was thinking about this in the shower this morning, it's grateful. For a show that we didn't know if it would work, we didn't know if it would happen, and all the hosts that have been on the show, all the guests, and all the people behind the cameras and in the booth, it's become this family, and because you've all watched, it's let us do that. It's let us have this amazing journey that is 2 decades in the making, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful to have been this much of a part of it. So thank you all. Thank you, audience, and thank you for watching, because it's because of you that we get to do this every single day.
And the feeling today, it's very surreal, and we all felt something else when we all got here, and we were nervous, we had the butterflies, and very grateful.
Okay, I show you that. Thanks, y'all. Thank you. 20 years on the same TV show is a long time in local TV, so I am super proud about it. And that leads me to my last tip, and that is you do you. You've heard that before, but what does it mean? It's the hardest. It's the toughest concept of all. And that's funny, right? Because why is being yourself the hardest thing of all? You're like, I got it, I'm me, what are you talking about? Benjamin Franklin famously said there are 3 things that are extremely hard in life: steal, diamonds, and to know oneself. It's hard to know who you are and where you're going. If you don't think you have it all together, either does anyone else. Years ago, Kelly Clarkson, I don't know what, it's funny, I like her, I'm not the biggest fan of Kelly Clarkson, but I feel like I've quoted her so many times. She was talking about how she takes a lot of grief about her weight all the time, that they're always watching, like, you know, the paparazzi. Is she heavy? Is she thin? What does Kelly Clarkson look like? And an interviewer said to her, does that bother you? How do you handle that? And she said, I learned long ago that I'm not the thinnest person in the room, and I've accepted it. She said, but do you know what I am? I have the best damn voice in the room, every time.
Oh.
I loved that. I love that. Rather than, I gotta look like everyone else in the room. Who am I in the room? Who are you in this room? What do you bring that is distinctively yours that nobody else in here has? Because that's what even a celebrity had to figure out, right? So this is the perfect time to share the definition of extraordinary. We'll bring it all back around. A woman explains it this way. You don't have to be a public person. You don't have to have a prestigious job title to be extraordinary. We must recognize and celebrate the extraordinary in others and ourselves. What do you love? What makes you feel purposeful? What makes you feel alive? What do you contribute to life that no one else does? In that, you are beyond ordinary. Acknowledge it, embrace it, celebrate it, and use it for good. I struggled on Good Things Utah for years. Finding my voice, finding me. There are so many positives to having the platform that I get to have every single day, and there are negatives. After years of reporting and feeling like people were like, well, that story, the facts were wrong, or this or that, suddenly it went to a show that was about me. I went into TV to tell your story, and suddenly people wanted to know mine, and then they didn't like it. They didn't like my hair, or my nose, or my parenting, or the way I stood or talked. So I chased it. I thought, well, then I'll be smarter. And I started quoting the New York Times on the show all the time. And then I was too smart. And then I'll be dumber, and I'll giggle a lot. Then I'll look like her. I'll do my hair this way. I'll do my hair that way. What will you like? When will you like me? I still remember I was doing Honda commercials, and they were on every channel. I was everywhere. And when you do Honda commercials, when you do cars, they call it yelling and selling. You can't just be like, buy a Honda. You have to be like, buy a Honda, right? You suddenly have to get your voice in there, and you know you want a Honda. Like you have to. The guy shooting the commercials used to give me 5 Red Bulls to do the Honda commercials. Like I was shaking at the end. I was like, look at the passport, it's so great, blah, blah, blah. I remember I got this handwritten card to the station during all of that. And it was beautiful. And you always know it's someone elderly when it's a card and it's gorgeous handwriting and it's like cursive. And I was like, oh, how sweet. And I open it. And the lady says, do you know what time it is? After seeing your commercials, it's not time to buy a Honda. I'm reading that card like, are you kidding me? She's probably 88 and took the time to write me a nasty card. Here's what I tell my daughters. You can be the juiciest peach on the tree, and some people like apples. It's the way it is, right? I've been living life as a banana for a long time, right? And it's okay. There's room for every fruit in the basket. The secret is, everyone, you're only good at you. That's what I had to find on Good Things Utah. When I chased being anyone else to be accepted, I struggled and I failed. When I decided to be me is when I succeeded. You are the only one not taken in the room. Be the best version of yourself. It's not just what you know, it's what you thrive doing. As my teens would say, it's your vibe. Only you have your vibe. You're it. You're it. And that's what makes you extraordinary. That's it. Hey, thank you for letting me speak, you guys. I had the best time. Thank you so much. It was fun. It's fun to do this instead of TV. What? Oh, questions? Oh, do you want me to take questions? Oh, do we need to take them? Do you need to yell them or take